Okay, I'll talk about this this thing here in a minute. That's just me having a bit of fun. Okay. The creator effect. Okay, we've all heard of the observer effect. We are entangled with anything that we observe. We are part of it. We cannot be separate. That's because of the oneness of all energy. That's because we're all part of that infrastructure. So we don't call it the observer effect. We call it the creator effect. That's what it truly is. Every awareness, that's a new word that we invented because sometimes you just got to do new stuff and confuse people. But that's based on the concept of non-locality. Okay? Let's talk about non-locality just for a moment. And I'm not a quantum physicist. I have no desire to be. But I'll give you a layman's definition of non-locality. Okay? Everything exists in its superposition. Okay? Everything exists in its possibilities until such time as is observed. We call it the creator effect. As it's observed, it collapses the wave function and it takes on one of those particular realities. Basic quantum principles, those subatomic particles, the double slit experiment. Is it a wave? Is it a particle? That's behind all of that. Non-locality is where that is. Everything exists in its possibilities until the collapse of the wave function, unless you go to the other quantum theory that talks about in the multiverses, that everything stays in those states and just forms another universe. But that's, I've only got an hour and a half today. Okay. Entanglement. Everything is the quantum principle of entanglement. Okay, everything that is once connected stays connected. Right? You know when someone's going to, you think about someone, they send you a text message. You think about your mum and she rings up. All of that sort of stuff happens. Okay, we call it entanglement because we go within our personal universe, we go within ourselves to contact the other parts of us, the other aspects of our being. And holographic healing. If you haven't read The Holographic Universe by Michael Talbot, you must read that book. It's a great book. He wrote it at the age of 36 and passed away at 37 from leukemia. An amazing guy, but his job was done. That was his life's work, that last book. He wrote a number. But what he told us was the large and the small are the same. That's when I say to you, as we have this conversation today, we send a ripple of consciousness out into humanity, and that's how I know it's true, because we do live in a holographic universe. So let us tell you what we've been doing with this stuff. Okay. We've been creating an experience that moves beyond time and space and the restrictions of the physical body and the human intellect. We've been creating out-of-body experiences while in body. We've been moving into expanded states of awareness. Okay. We've been activating the multi-dimensional possibilities of our clients across their personal universes. We've got 20 people out in the field doing this work now. We train, and all of those people were already some type of therapist before they came to us and we trained them. So we've got them out there in practice and they're offering this now out in their businesses. And we're getting more and more case studies coming through that are just blowing our socks off. Okay? Not like the other socks with the disappearing people that we heard about 2 days ago. Okay? We kept our socks and our feet. Okay. We're bringing awareness to these other realities and dimensions where our consciousness already resides. Okay? So remember that first slide? I had so much fun putting all those lines on that page and all that sort of stuff. My PowerPoint skills aren't that great. I was there for hours. But ultimately, we are all of those different strands. Our awareness is that white one that I showed you at the end. We continue to do that. So we're bringing that awareness to the other realities because they're already there. We're going to hear a recording in a moment about this. Okay, and we're sending vibrational waves of healing or shared wisdom across all realms of consciousness via our other selves. We are leveraging our other selves to do healing waves that go across our personal universe into all the other aspects of ourselves we haven't met. Now, this little thing at the bottom here was just me having some fun because we're doing a bit of the quantum stuff. But the summary there is a change in the present consciousness, change in how we view the world and how we hold ourselves, plus the essence of quantum consciousness is made up of these 4 aspects. So the essence and its 4 aspects of quantum consciousness, plus the expanded states of awareness, equals the quantum consciousness experience. I hope you like that. It took me a month to think of it. Okay, let's keep going. All right, so what are we finding? Here's 4 key themes. I'm going to continue to share themes with you as we continue. This is what we've found. We have found that our known universe is literally teeming with forms of life that we can learn from. And we can direct our awareness there. We're going to share with you examples of where people have been in their interdimensional consciousness and they're talking to us while they're here in physical form because they're connected, they're entangled with their consciousness in those other places. So isn't it great? You know, when we were kids, they said, oh, there can't be life on other planets. We're only one of a billion stars, but there can't be anything else out there. But the beauty of that is that we can actually learn from these. I've got some stories to tell you. This is a really interesting one. Our alternate selves, we move into the alternate realities. They're actually receptive to the interactions with us, and that they wish to learn and grow as well through multiple revalidations of these collective selves. What I mean by that is we get there and we facilitate these meetings between us and our alternate realities outside of time and space, and we have conversations and we share learnings. I'll talk more about that. But some of them are saying, I've been waiting for you. I knew you were coming. And, this is surprising us. We're researching human consciousness here and we're trying to understand all of these beautiful things that are happening. This is a really important one, this third one. As we move to existences that are not influenced by our planet and its history, they are found to be less dense in their physiology and not hampered by the heavy emotional energy of Earth. Okay? The other places have a higher vibration. This is a difficult place to be, and you're all courageous just by being here. Okay? We're finding other types of life are far lighter in their consciousness. And the beauty of all of this is one of the things I love most, and this is where we go do more the parallel lives. You know how they're parallel lives now, not past lives? We bring them forward and we heal them. And we send them back to where they come from. We send them back to the Middle Ages. We send them back to the Dark Ages. We send them back to the Stone Ages. In their healed condition, in their higher vibration, they go back across time and space, back to where they were called to us from. And they are different. They're in a higher vibration. Perhaps this is a way we can help clear the energy that's built up here over thousands of years. So this is time travel for healing on a planetary scale. When they go back into those parallel lives, they have all of their other alternates. Plus they have all of the other people in their clan, their tribe, their village, whatever it may be. This, I believe, is the true potential of this work. Okay, let's keep going. So I showed you that ring model before, and I showed you that here last year. This is the latest of where our thinking is now. This is our present consciousness here. This is our awareness that's in this place. What we attempt to do through the quantum consciousness experience is we recognise that there are multiple dimensions, multiple realities, all of these other places in which we reside. If I could put it really simply in what we're attempting to do, we're looking to take the present consciousness from here to here. Can you imagine the resources you can have at your disposal if we offer you that? Okay. As usual, I've gone well past my notes and I've got to catch up. Excuse me a second. I don't want to miss anything. Okay, so what would a universe like this look like? Great question. If that's a representation of us, and that's our present consciousness around the outside there, this is our awareness here, but this is where our awareness can be, what does it look like when we all join up in the all there is? Well, it probably looks something like this. Do you like that? That took hours as well. So ultimately, here we are floating in the all there is, all of us bumping into each other in different realities, in parallel lives, in our stored consciousness. All of us as these amazing multi-dimensional beings, all interacting with one greater purpose in mind, and that is the evolution of all there is. Okay. Trying to keep this really simple with things that we haven't got a hope of understanding with the human intellect. But this works. As long as you feel into it. You don't have to get it, you just have to know it. And there's a part of you that already does. That's the true beauty of this work.